Hey guys, what's up? Pork Chopper here, and today we are doing another hero guide on a somewhat new hero, Shinbi, a growth and intellect burst assassin quite similar to Countess. I used to do guides very close to the release of new heroes, but I felt it was hard to get a true opinion on that hero, so after a good amount of time playing with her and against her, I feel I can give a good guide to help you guys out. She mostly plays in the mid lane or off lane role. Currently we are in the heavy CC meta, which may change on March the 14th, with a massive update including a lot of card and hero changes. But in this meta, Shinbi is definitely hard done by. She doesn't suit this meta that much, while Aurora pretty much runs this meta. But anyway, let's jump into her abilities. First off, let's look at how she scales over a game. She scales like a caster does, gaining more mana than health per each hero level. She is quite squishy hero, but with a good amount of mobility to counter that. You don't really want to focus on building too much extra health in your deck anyway. She does gain more ability armor than basic armor, and her basic melee attack is the standard, not very good scaling you expect for a fighter slash caster hybrid. So her first ability is Line Tempo, an ability where Shinbi can summon a wolf that goes into a straight line for 1500 units, which is rather far. It goes through enemy minions and will stop when hitting an enemy hero, or the unit limit has been reached. The mana cost and damage is very low, only dealing 42 ability damage at level 1, but the cooldown is only 2 seconds at all levels, so it's more of a poking tool. For early game it's good to help you secure those last hits if you're in the lane from a safe distance. Mid to late game it's more used to keep your stacks up on a player so you can ultimate them for your maximum damage, which I'll get into in a bit. Her next ability is Circle Rhythm, similar to Greystone's Make Way ability. When activated, 4 spirit wolves surround her doing AoE damage. It lasts for 4 seconds, dealing a decent amount of damage, 30 at level 1 and 84 at level 4 per second. But it doesn't just do that, each hit restores a part of your health, 65 maxed out, and also 20% of your power at all levels 4 times over, so each second it deals damage and heals you. This means you don't need to build any lifesteal on her. Only problem is it does have a 16-second cooldown and is inexpensive as a caster's poking ability like Harry's Rockets, so use it wisely. Early game use it to help farm and grab the odd jungle camp and keep you alive in lane, and late game it is your main source of building your ultimate stacks. Shinbi's final ability is Rush and Beat. This is where she can get most of her mobility from. She can dash 640 units forward and can pass through enemies dealing decent damage to them as it scales very well later game. A 460 ability damage at level 4. Once you have dashed, you have the option for 3 seconds to dash again before the cooldown restarts. Of course, dashing again costs extra mana to do so, but it is a great evasion tool. And now her ultimate, which is where all her kit links together. The passive here is Wall Stacking. This is where you hit an opponent with one of your abilities, you will see a disco ball and light above their head. This means if the ult, depending on the amount of stacks, it will do damage to them. The stack limit is 8 and you need to keep getting stacks because after 7 seconds, if you don't, the tracking on the hero and wolf stacks will end, but as long as you keep hitting your abilities on the same enemy, the 7-second expire timer will keep resetting, so you have more time than you think. You don't have to be any sort of range at all within those 7 seconds to unleash your ult to finish an opponent off. Cooldown is rather decent, being 90, 75 and 60 seconds. Each stack deals damage that can be up to 75 damage without additional power at level 3. So her line tempo if hit applies 1 stack. Like I said before, best to keep the stack alive if a distance is between you and your prey. Circle Rhythm, each second of damage adds a stack, so it can add up to 4 stacks. And finally her Rush and Beat, if you go through an enemy and deal damage, applies a single stack. The way you want to play this is picking a specific target, mostly a weaker hero with not much escape options, a carry, caster or weak jungler. Try to get the edge and get close, and use your Circle Rhythm straight away and stick to them building your stacks. Use your basic attack to do extra damage. If the distance is made between you and your target, then use Line Tempo, which even if you miss one, you have another try before the stacks expire. Keep doing this and then you can see how the situation is going and think, do I have enough damage and stacks done if I ult, will it kill them or not? And if not, is it worth using your Rush and Beat ability to get closer, or use it to add even more stacks to make sure you kill them with your ults? That's how she works. You combo your abilities and finish your target off with your ultimate. This is easier against a single opponent, but in team fights it's harder to focus on a certain hero to get stacks on. Again, in the CC meta she can get obliterated in seconds. So now let's get into how to play her in more depth. You're mostly going to either play in mid lane or preferably off lane, with either one being more cautious as you don't have a big poker tool like a mid laner, or being in a 1v2 role in the off lane. You want to upgrade Line Tempo straight away to help you grabbing those last hits, then Circle Ribbon to again help clear the lanes and keep your health up, then finally Rush and Beat, as for the first few minutes you shouldn't need the mobility. You want to keep upgrading Line Tempo and Circle Rhythm over Rush and Beat, as the upgrade only increases damage, so it's not really worth it. Early game I like to build damage with a teeny bit of attack speed to help you get those last hits, while of course having a mana and health potion and even a health token to keep you alive and active in lanes. You can take camp tower quickly with the circle rhythm, so do that when you have time if you're in the off lane. Once you hit level 5, now you can begin to try and pick off opponents. Once your first tower falls, this becomes even more easier, giving you extra freedom. If you see their carry alone in the lane, attack them and try to take them down. And this follows up from the mid to late game. You have good wave clear with line tempo, so use it to split per lanes. While in team fights, focus on one opponent and try to grab them. You're not meant to be in the front lines at all, but mostly ready to jump into a side the second initiation from either team has begun of a team fight. And think if a team fight is going to happen and get over there as quickly as possible. This is why I believe Countless is stronger than Shinbi in team fights. She can do big damage quickly then leave, while Shinbi has to stack it all up. Because stuff like Vine Height is nice for the ability of penetration next to health, except for that build mana but mostly damage. You don't want to add lifesteal or crit to that. There's no point when your abilities are going to be your main source of damage. With intellect you may decide having a Tailor Blink could be a nice idea, in some cases it will be. If you're against a big CZ team, use it wisely and can make you escape or catch up an opponent rather well. The majority of gameplay you are seeing is from a lack of CZ games, so Shinbi can perform a lot better and is so much more actual fun to play. And that goes for my overall verdict on her. She is most fun I've had with a new hero for a long time, and once changes have happened I can definitely see myself playing a lot on her. It feels great in those 1v1s, taking your time to build stacks and confuse your opponent, and there's nothing like seeing an opponent try and flee away when you ult them to death with the sound of K-pop music. But thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think of Shinbi down below and what videos you want me to do next. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.